Hey friends, it's Cindy Santos. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's work out. We're going to do a full body workout today. I'm really excited that you're here. Make sure that you have everything ready. Let's get started with our warm-up, side to side. Good. We just want to start loosening up here. Roll your shoulders. Good. Now, go ahead and open. You got it. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. So good to see you. A little bit wider step. Bend your knees a little bit more. We've got good music, good moves. We're going to elevate that heart rate and work upper body, lower body, and core. And throughout the circuit, you'll bring up your heart rate, so you'll also be getting some cardio. Just remember, I have different variations for all of the exercises. Good, you got it. 8. Perfect. Now give me a rotation. Here we go. Ooh, I feel that. Loosen up those hips. Good. Let's do a punch side to side. Keep it going. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. The acoustics in this room are fantastic, so I had to turn that down just a bit. Good. And take this around to a hook. Woo. Now uppercut. I want you to get down a little bit more. I'm going to come on up and say hello. So good to see you. Oh, I've been waiting for this workout. Hey, Candy Girl. Hey, Michelle. In 4, 3. Hey, Mom. Heels back. Pull. Ooh. You got this. So I really felt last night's class, the bar tone, upper body, lower body was great. 4, 3, 2, lift up the knees. Now today's workout is going to take the entire hour for the workout portion. So we may run over just a few minutes. If you need to be somewhere, what I recommend is that you make sure that you start cooling down adequately when you need to, okay? So then you can feel like you're nice and loose after the workout. You're avoiding any muscle spasms, any tension. So make sure that if you have to cut out at the very end and you can't stay for the cool down, make sure to do that on your own. Pull those heels back. Oh, this feels so good. So today's class, we will come down to the mat, but it's only, I think, for 2 exercises, okay? And they're mountain climber variations, so you can hold on to a chair. Actually, no, not a chair. A counter, a wall, or something that's sturdy and heavy that will hold you if you're leaning against it. Open up the arms. So it's only twice, and you don't have to come down. You can do your knees, pull them up. So there are other variations, and reach it up. We'll definitely get full body, and it is a total of 33 rounds, okay? Each will be 1 minute, 40 seconds. Remember to take breaks. I'll show you variations, so you can go ahead and do the variation that feels right for your body. 4, 3, 2, and march it out. Woo, shake it out. Okay, let's do a nice little squat, and then up and open up. So all I want you to do, you don't have to bring your thumbs all the way back. Good. Nice deep breath in and out, and I am pushing the hips back, and then I'm coming up and squeeze. We want to start to engage the core, the buns and the thighs here, so you want to sit back, come up, and squeeze. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your buns. Good. Now I'll bring my arms up halfway, but this time elevate to the toes. Palms are down, knuckles are up, and I'm still squeezing, okay? So we have a lot of squat work to do today. 4, 3, 2, I know, somebody loves that. 1, woo! Side to side. So let's just settle into this nice little single-legged squat, and then up. Ooh, and then back down and up. Remember, with all of the exercises, you move at your own speed, your own pace. So if I'm going at a pace that just doesn't work for you, I'd like you to change it and go with something where you can still maintain your form. You can maintain your form and feel the exercise, and you're not breezing through it, okay? Woo. Oh, I see a nice big heart. Who is that from? Okay, so now take the fingertips here, just a little rotation. Let's see who's there. Oh, Lupe, I cut it myself. It started with scissors, and then it progressed to nail clippers, and then finally just a razor. And I had to keep cutting it because it was lopsided. So, Maggie, my friend. Woo. All the way up. Okay. Are you ready to start? Make sure you have everything ready. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach it up. Oh, just get all the sleepies out. One more. Reach it forward, round your spine and open. Round your spine and open. One more. All right, so we're going to start with an alternating between a regular squat and a single-legged squat. Let me grab my weights, because these are kind of necessary today. So I'm going to start here, okay? You'll come down, up, then you'll step out, and just like we did in that little stretch, you'll come down and over, okay? So we'll alternate sides. Sit into that squat. Slowly come up and squeeze, then come over to the side. Come back up, squat. Now go to the other side and take your time with this. I'm not rushing. I want to load into the leg. Sit, squeeze. Sit, squeeze. You can do one dumbbell. You don't even need to use dumbbells for this. I better start the timer, right? You keep going. You're going to do a little extra with this one. And where's the phone? Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is how I am in normal life. I'm like a tornado. I have to do this. Timer. Otherwise, we're going to be doing drills for a very long time. So this is an extra long one for you, okay? That's okay though, right? It's okay. It's going to be that kind of day. You ever have those days you're like, oh my gosh, please, let it go normal. Remember that in your squat, on both of these squats, you're sitting back, knees are behind the toes, and tummy is tight. Woo. So keep going because you have another minute and 14 seconds left. It's okay. It'll give us a little extra warm-up. Keep that core tight. Remember, that core is going to help stabilize you. And what about those shoulders? The shoulders are very important. So I'm holding my shoulder blades back a little bit, and I'm squeezing my shoulder blades. This is going to help me from rounding forward. So this is what I mean. I don't want to round like this, and then pull it up, and then round, and pull it up, and round, and pull it. No, get those shoulders back. Tummy tight. So kind of like stick your chest out a little bit and then pull your shoulders back. Yep. And if you do choose to go a little bit faster, make sure that you're loading the leg. Woo! 15 seconds. This was like a 2-minute and 15-second one. That was pretty good. And I'm telling you, the breaks here are short. I wanted to make sure to get as many as we could in. Whew, so it's only an 8-second break. Okay, a squat, a curl, and a press up. I told you, lots of squats. So sit, curl, and press. So I'm doing an Arnold press, which just means that my hands split positions. I come down, up, squeeze my pinkies in, then I flip my hands and go up. Then I flip my hands back to me, and then I bring them down. So you can either go like this, pinkies in, palms are facing me, press up, palms are facing away, palms are facing me, and down. Or hammers. Just keep your thumbs up the entire time and make a straight line. So one important thing, I want you to think of the descent and the release of the dumbbells as importantly as the muscle contraction. So on the way up. So this is important here, yes, but so is this. Ready? So let it load and hold on to those biceps. Now, another alternative to this, if you don't want to press up and down or use those biceps, is you can come here and lift up to the toes. Okay? So if you are not using the upper body today for some of these exercises, just lift up to the toes for that little shoulder lift instead, okay? So just keep the upper body inactive and just focus on the legs. Or you can do a shoulder shrug. You can come here, squeeze your shoulders up and down. So this is another alternative if you need to limit your shoulder movement, okay? This is another great alternative right here. Good. Whew, that'll strengthen your upper and mid traps. Okay, so next, right leg static lunge with the row. I'm going to descend back, and you can either anchor in and put your weight down and row here. I'm going to start here. Okay, or I can come down, pull, and up. Down, pull, and come up. Lower, pull, and come up. And you can do both arms if you want. And then up. So I descend, pull, up. So it's kind of like I'm leaning into that leg a little bit, pull, and then I come up and squeeze. So it's really two movements. I just lower down, come up, and squeeze. So when I do this, I'm feeling that leg load. I feel the glute, I feel the hamstring holding on, I feel the quadricep. So the front, back of the thigh, your glutes, and your core. Now switch sides. Same thing with the arms. So descend, pull, and up. Bend the knee, pull, and up. When I come all the way up, I'm squeezing both thumbs, okay? So I'll push off that front leg to come up. So I'm not pulling up with my back, I'm pushing off that front leg, okay? Squeeze the shoulder blades. Good. And you can remember, in the very beginning, we just did our standard rows. You can choose to do that. Oh my gosh, I love this. One more. Guess what? Mountain climber. Woo. It's not going to let us breathe. You ready? Ugh. So you can do this here on your knees, or you can come up to the toes and pull in. So I'll do a variation halfway through. Right now, I want to focus on keeping the upper body strong, like the frame of a house. My hands are underneath my shoulders and just out about 1 inch. So they're not too wide, but they're not narrow either. I'm just shooting them straight down and then taking them out about 1 inch. Pull that knee in, and imagine you have an orange on your belly button, and you're squeezing the orange. Ooh. Again, you can do these on your knees. And this is where I really start to sweat. I can jump around, but let me tell you, when I do mountain climbers or push-ups or anything in these planks, man, they kill me. Good. So now I'm going to bring one knee in, one knee out. In, out. And you can also lift like this. Knee in, lift your heel up. Knee out, down. In, pull the heel up, out. Oh, oh my gosh. Michelle, I know you love this. Now I'm trying really hard not to pike my hips up when I bring that heel up. I'm thinking of more my hamstring and my glutes squeezing, but I'm really trying to focus, so it's going to take your focus to keep that hip from hiking up. Next, lunge kick. Ready? Okay, kick. So you can do a tap. You don't have to come up to a full kick. Here, or, and When I come up, I'm going to squeeze the core. Ready? I like this. I feel, and I feel my arms here. Holding my arms here after that mountain climber. So my triceps, my shoulders. And I have my palms down and my elbows rounded out. Okay, switch. Now I'm going to pull my elbows back a little bit. I'm descending right in the middle, but the load is over this cheek, this thigh, and this hamstring. So they all work at different points. As I lower down, I'm sinking into the gluteal muscles, and I'm sinking into that quad, and then my hamstring is supportive. It's holding on to, but then as I pull up, I'm pulling with that hamstring and the glute, and then that quad just kind of carries that movement through, and I squeeze it as I lift. Woo. Come on. Okay, 2 upper bodies, bicep curl, tricep. Now you can hold your biceps here and just hold them. You don't have to curl them. That's up to you. Soft knees, core tight. No swinging. When you come to the top, I want you to squeeze really tight and then lower. Squeeze. And then exhaling on my way up and breathing in, inhaling on my way down. Find a nice consistent pace. Squeeze. Woo. Woo. Feel it. You want to use weights where you can feel your resistance. You can definitely do more than 10 reps, but that, you're definitely feeling your resistance. It shouldn't be easy. Okay, tricep kickbacks. You can either do one arm at a time, okay, or both. Back is flat, and I'm pulling my elbows up. If this is too much, I'd like you to come up and stagger, and then just squeeze the heck out of the back of those arms, okay? So you can come up higher, or if you're able to, shoot the tailbone back, get the weight back here into the hips and the heels, keep the elbows high, and squeeze. And we don't want to go like this, okay? I want you to hold it. Squeeze. Squeeze. One more. Woo! Okay, 1 squat, 1 deadlift. Ready? So, soft knee, come up. My leg stays soft, but it's a little straighter. And then I come up. And I'd like you to just attempt coming to the knees. Okay? Stick your tailbone back. So, I am not leaning forward over my toes like this. I keep the weights near my thighs and I slide down. 1 squat and 1 deadlift. So the squat is really going to work the glutes, the quads, a little bit of the hamstrings, and then your deadlift. Because the leg is a little bit straighter, it's not like a Romanian deadlift where we bend the knee and then come forward. You're really going to work those hammies. So squat and a light, soft knee. And imagine that you're pushing your tailbone back. Okay? Push the tailbone back. Back is flat. So avoid rounding, no rounding of your spine. Imagine you're holding a break. Your tummy is tight, so keep that belly button pulled in. And coming low with this, a lot of it is flexibility in the hips, the hamstrings, and even your low back. So if you're not coming low with this, don't worry about that, okay? I just want you to think about the function the movement and your form, okay? Woo. All right, mountain climbers again. Yes, I put 2 rounds in here, so that way we can make sure to get enough burn. On your knees or on your toes, solid. So on this one, I'm gonna go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm squeezing, I'm not swinging. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So the leg comes in, squeezes out. And what are you squeezing? I'm squeezing my core, and then the core and the glutes. Okay? Core and the buns. Ugh. Oh my gosh, maybe. Oh, thank you. Ooh. Ooh. This one kind of just happened. Wow. Ooh. I'm going to call this one the sin squisher. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my God. Even the shift is killing my shoulders. Woo! 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's my favorite mountain climber by far. I put my upper body, my core, my legs, everything. Okay, repeater rotation. All right, I'm gonna do 1 dumbbell for this one. One like that, and turn. 1, 2, 3. I'm not really lunging. I'm descending on the front leg. So my front knee is bent and I'm holding it there. And then that foot taps back. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to hold your elbows a little bit to the side, and I'd like you to have the dumbbell in your palms. And then I want you to lightly press in a little bit, okay? So press your palms against the dumbbell. Your fingers are wrapping around it, but I want the side of the dumbbell, one more, and switch. I want the side of the dumbbell, your palm there, and lightly pressing against it. And I'm not going fast, I'm going nice and steady. Now, my tummy, I'm squeezing it as if I'm wringing out a towel. Woo! You're good, friends. Woo. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Anybody to that point yet? You're like, wow, I get to work out and have some fun. You'll get there, right? You're having fun if you're laughing and watching us sweat. Woo! Okay, lateral shoulder side leg. So I'm gonna grab my weights. Ugh. You can do one side at a time, like one arm at a time. The foot taps out, your knee is pointing towards me. Up. And it's not a huge lift. And notice that my body is upright. I'm not leaning over. Please don't lean over. You might knock yourself out with your dumbbell. Now, you can also have one here on the leg. It's going to add a little bit of resistance. I mean, it's not like I'm expecting it to add a lot, like a band, but it does add a little bit. Because I'm holding it, but I'm allowing my leg to lift it, okay? And sometimes it's a little bit more if you point the dumbbell down. So lift. And you can do these without dumbbells and just do range of motion. Just do range of motion. Switch. Ready? And go. Woo! Now with the standing leg, how do we balance on that? We're squeezing that cheek and squeezing that thigh. Kind of like this single leg. It's really forcing me to think, right? There we go. That's a little bit better. Man, I'm going to burn. I have a day full of gardening to do, like a whole bunch of house projects. So I'll be burning a lot of calories. And I'll tell you, stay busy, because by just staying busy, you can burn a lot of calories. I'm telling you, it works. Okay, 1 row, 1 fly, and then we'll mix that up with triceps. Again, so with my row, I pull, and you can do 1 arm at a time with your fly. Tummy is in, back is flat. Remember, shoulder blades back. I lift this with a rounded arm, and my palms and knuckles are down. So you see how your palms are facing you here, but your knuckles are down? It's the same thing. My knuckles are down for this fly. So I want to avoid this. Watch. Don't flip your thumbs back. I want you to lift with your pinky and your ring finger, okay? Now, my weight is back in the hips. Keep the core in tight. Squeeze. 1 more. In and open. Woo! Overhead tricep. You can do 1 dumbbell or 2. Squeeze. My elbows are to the sides of my head. My biceps are to the side of the head. If this is too much, okay, what I'd like you to do is press. You can get some posterior shoulder, and you can get some tricep with this little press back. So you pick what works for you, okay? This is just a variation.
10 seconds.
It's really hard to do these with these dumbbells. And up. Woo! Okay, we have to start all over again, friends. You ready? I'm going to hold these here on my shoulders for my grip. It'll help me a little bit. Okay, so let's go to the top. A squat, and then to the side. And remember, we're alternating. So now I'm going to go to the other side. And down. There we go. Load, glutes. Squeeze up. Don't leave the fanny hanging back. Squeeze in, okay? Give it that little pop. Squeeze. Do you have to go this slow? No. Just go where you feel comfortable. Squeeze. Michelle, get on down there, girl. Woo! Okay, there we go. That's better. I'm really focusing on the load and the squeeze, not how fast I can do these. And the entire time, I'm really thinking about that core. Form is really important to me, and moving through the exercise at a good pace, steady pace, because I want those muscles to be under tension longer. I'm not doing cardio. Even though I am getting some cardiovascular work, because it's a circuit and we're going, we have minimal rest. I want to focus on keeping that tension in the muscle, making it work longer. Woo. Squat, curl, press up. So either a hammer, and you can go up 1. Your shoulders are starting to feel it. Grab 1 dumbbell. You don't even have to use your dumbbells. You can do your squats and then just keep the hands by the sides. If you want to just do body weight, do range of motion with the upper body, just go through the movements. And when you come up here, just hold your buns and your thighs and core tight, and then just do a stretch with your arms. So if you have any upper body or upper back or neck issues, think of this as a nice reach and a dynamic stretch. Load up your squat, maybe do a double, but then squeeze everything you got And then just do a range of motion with your upper body, okay? That's okay. Now, I'm doing that little hold because I'm trying to also up. I'm squeezing my triceps, I'm lifting through the chest, and then I'm coming back down. So I want to maximize the work throughout the entire shoulder girdle, but my lats, my latissimus dorsi, which run from the armpit down and wrap around into my spine, they're supporting my movement. So as I push up and I come back down, they're taking a load. So when I do this little stretch and push, and then I load them back up again, they're working a little bit more than if I just pop this up and down. Okay. Oh yeah. Whew. So we're going to alternate this. That's a good idea. Step down like a little loaded lunge and up. Down. Pull. And up. Lunge back and descend. And you can do one arm at a time. Just remember that push with this. Woo. Lower down into the hamstring and glute and quad, and then push and squeeze. You can do it. Shoulder blades are squeezing, right? Let's see who's still here with me. Hey! You got this, friends. Come on. You got it. Hey, Iz. How you feeling? I'm feeling this, girl. I'm sweating like crazy. But hey, that's the point, right? I'm glowing. Not sweating, I'm glowing. Hold. Squeeze. Double. Woo! You can also do right, left. So, right, left. Remember, your core is supporting you, and so is that leg. So if you feel like you're holding too much with your back, I just want you to do a regular row and switch out. So you can tap back, row, tap back. Remember, think smaller movements. You go through this, variations. Ooh. Woo. Okay, oh my gosh. Not my fun. I think for this one, we're gonna do a little knee flexion. So we're gonna squeeze the hamstring. Okay. We have time, don't worry. Up. Now, I want you to take your hips and push them up. And now I want you to squeeze them down and just shoot your tailbone like it's aiming over your ankles. Okay? Like it's trying to shoot back towards your ankles and your heels. Now, I want you to tighten up your tummy, push through those arms. Now I want you to squeeze your thighs. Good. Now, I want you to keep the chest nice and broad. Flatten out those shoulder blades. Look down at your fingertips or the end of your mat. Good. Now I'm going to bend the knee. And bend. So, my knee stays in the same place. All I'm doing is bending the knee, pulling the heel back. Give it a little squeeze. Ooh. Feet are hip width apart. Ooh. 15 seconds. And I want you to squeeze. I don't want you just to kick through it. Oh my gosh, these are so good. I'm sweating like crazy. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, come on. Ready? Lunge with a kick, no weights. Unless you want to hold them, that's fine. Woo! I'm going to do a double. 1, 2. I'm going to take the arms back. And you don't have to do a big lunge here. You can come down and then pull up. I have some things to burn off, so I'm going to get down. about how active you were around your workout. So if you went from being busy, going from place to place, being on your feet a lot, and then you're just working out, and then you're sitting all day, that's not going to work. So you will notice a decline in your movement and your calorie expenditure. So we want to make sure that we are staying busy with our workouts, but with our non-exercise activity, which means chores, maybe walking down to get the mail, taking a walk. If you always take a walk, keep doing that. If you're always doing light chores around the house or gardening, don't stop doing that, because all of those contribute to calorie burn. I'm telling you, I used to go from teaching anywhere from 2.5 to 4.5 hours a day, plus being on my feet training, plus practicing choreography, and being busy all day long. And I was burning good calories, bicep curl. So that's a lot. And then being busy, to doing just 2 classes a day, only 4 days a week, and then just doing 1 class on Friday and Saturday. So I cut my load in half. And I'm also not on my feet with clients. I'm not really practicing my choreography for a lot of my other classes. And I'm just less busy overall. But I'm going to tell you that because I'm up and I'm doing chores throughout the day, doesn't mean you can't rest. I do chores throughout the day. I'm doing some gardening, walking the dogs, watering the plants, all that little busy work, even though it's not strenuous. I'm telling you, I am seriously burning a lot of calories. I was shocked. I was totally shocked. Now, triceps. So you have to think about your non-exercise activity, thermogenesis. So it's what you're burning when you're not exercising, but you're moving. So try to think of little things that you can do. I mean, like, if you're gonna sit down, like, squat 5 times before you sit down. All those things add up. Have zones. Maybe have your dumbbells in the kitchen. Knock out a set of 10 bicep curls, squats, push-ups against the counter. Just kind of add 10. And honestly, it'll take you 2 minutes. 2 minutes here and there, as often as you can remember. And it makes a difference. Okay. 1 squat, 1 deadlift. Remember, tailbone pushes back, squeeze. My feet are at about hip width apart. And if your legs are longer, you need to take your feet out a little bit wider, okay? That's just a rule of thumb. So when you sit back, if you have long legs, especially a long femur, which is your upper thigh bone. So think about that upper thigh bone. If you have a long upper thigh bone, a long femur, and you're sitting back, it's going to be really hard to get that tailbone back there because of the distance it has to go. And your knees are going to start pressing back, pressing forward over your knees. So in order for you to maintain balance, you're going to look like you're doing this, and you don't want them like that. So open your feet up a little bit more, and maybe take them slightly to the side, and then you'll be able to get that nice squat, and you won't have to worry about pressing into your knees. You can sit back. I'm going to bring mine a little bit more narrow because my legs are not as long as some of yours. Woo, squeeze. Oh my God. Terry, is that you? This is like one of your, oh no. I thought it was my friend Terry. Up. Okay, are you ready? Mountain climber. Ooh. This time we're going to do side taps. This is going to really work up the obliques. So, get on down. Okay. Remember, I know this is torture, but you can rest. You can stretch. Up and out. And only come out to width can support. If you feel like you're leaning, okay, bring it in more. You can do these on the knees. All I want you to do, keep that body straight, and I want you to squeeze your side, your oblique, to pull that leg out. I want you to squeeze, okay? Instead of going faster, if you're able to go fast, I want you to take the leg out and don't tap the floor. Into it a little bit. That's okay, I'm not crunching away. I'm crunching into it a little bit. Oh, it's a little bit more load on my shoulders, but oh, that feels good.
10 seconds.
One more. Oh. Put this baby away. And imagine we still have a whole other round of these. Repeat a rotation, one dumbbell. I'm going to do one dumbbell. You can grab two. Tap. I'm not loading the lunge. Up here. Squeeze. So now we're working the abdominal wall down the center, the transverse abdominis, and the squeeze. Your obliques are squeezing right here. Rectus abdominis and the transverse. So squeeze. It's deeper in, and then the top sheet that runs right above the transverse. It's the one you see all your little 6-pack, 8-pack. 2 layers, deep layers. And they come all the way up to the abdominal wall. And they attach down to the pubic bone. And it really is a strong, 2 strong muscles, 2 sheets of muscles. But then you have your obliques. As you twist and squeeze, you're really working those. So I want to work all of them. So I'm holding my tummy in, belly button in, tight, and then I'm twisting, okay? I know it's a lot, but pull that belly button in towards the spine and maintain it. Then give it a little squeeze like you're wringing out a towel. Now, my shoulders, biceps and triceps are feeling this. Even my chest, because I'm pressing a little bit against that dumbbell. One more. So this little press in is going to fire up those shoulders, biceps, triceps, and chest. Okay, lateral shoulder, side leg. Really like this. Toe out, ankle bone is up. Lift. And take a breather if you need to. This is a good balance move. And you know, shoes have a lot to do with balance, what surface you're on too. I'm on floor, and I buy Brooks tennis shoes. I need to have some cushion and support. I can't do those ultra flat shoes. And I also have a high arch, so I need that support. But I also need a nice wide shoe switch. So I get Brooks. I just feel that they work best for my feet. Some people like, what is it called? Something Balance, New Balance. Some people like Nike. But all the way around for all my classes, impound, like, you know, the cardio, the cross training. I really like the Brooks, walking, everything, running. And I'm going to tell you, even though I have the same model for the last several years, I think it's these 12s, the Ghost 12, that I feel is the most supportive. The foam isn't too thick, so I'm not wibbly-wobbly all over the place. So really pay attention to what you're wearing. If you find a shoe that works for you, stick to it, okay? And sometimes it's worth it to kind of shop around. It makes a huge difference in your workout. Okay, lateral shoulder side leg. Now the one row and one fly. Now I'm going to turn around for this because I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades. So if I'm here, open. Pull back, elbows back, and then I want you to open. So my palms are down, and I'm pulling my pinkies back. And it's almost like my shoulder blades squeeze. Squeeze them together, okay? Pull your shoulders back with this. So row, and then open. And you can do one arm at a time. This is perfectly fine. But think that you're lifting with your knuckles. You're not flipping your thumb back. Pull up with your pinkies. Good. And pull with the back of your hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Think of the shoulder blades, the posterior shoulder and all the muscles that are in between the spine and the shoulder blades. Your rhomboids, your middle traps. All of those rotator muscles, those are all helping you squeeze. Squeeze. Sit back into the hips.
10 seconds.
Bring it up first. Shake it out. Okay, we have one more round, friends. We can totally do this. I'm going to take these weights up. I'm going to hold them here. We're going to do one squat and one lunge. Ready? Sit. And then we're going to single leg squat to the side. Out. Now, let's just say you're done with that. Take a little step out with a mini squat. So squat in the center, and then do a mini squat out to the side. You don't have to do the single-legged squat. And I'm just alternating right and left. I'm going to turn my foot up just a little bit. I feel better when I kind of take my toe out to the side when I do this. And I'm not thinking of gripping with my feet on that straight leg. I'm descending, and I just relax that foot. So my weight is on my heel, but I'm not trying to grip with my toes. That's gonna have too much tension running up your shin and then into the knee. So if this is too much, I just want you to step and load a little bit, see? And then push. Don't come down low. I am flexing forward a little, but it's not a lot. Squeeze your butt.
10 seconds.
Thank you for the 10 seconds. Ooh, my shoulders feel that with that exercise too. Just from holding the weights, it's good. Ready? Squat, curl, press up. Squeeze. Press. I'm going to do a little bit more of a side press. So I'm going to come up, curl, and do that little Arnold. Just going to work the side of the shoulders a little bit more. You're noticing that I'm picking up my pace, but I'm still controlled. I'm not falling into that squat. Do not fall into that squat. Think of all your work, and then you're cutting it by like 50% when you just fall into that squat. Because what happens? You're allowing gravity and momentum to take over. And trust me, you see it all the time. Watch. Ready? This is it. Yeah, they're squeezing tight coming up, but what happens when they're dropping down? They're not using their thighs, they're not using their core or their glutes, and that's a big deal. So when I load, I feel all my weight coming down into the legs, and then I push and squeeze. So even your pace. Always have control. Now the muscle fibers, when they're very effective, they are able to move at a faster pace and still maintain that control and not allow gravity or momentum to take over. But that takes time and practice. So don't just fall into it. Focus. Do it right. Okay. Right, left, static lunge row. I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to hold on to one weight, but I'm going to do it this way. I like this one. So down, home, and up. Now, you can anchor or holding arm out. This is going to fire up posterior shoulder as I lean down. Okay, the muscles in my upper back on that other side and in the middle. And then it's also going to fire up my core. So I like doing them like this sometimes. I really feel it. And that arm here, I'm really using my core and the muscles in that other shoulder to keep this arm from swinging like this when I pull. So my fingers are out. One more. And switch. Up. And I like this little step up. It adds a little bit more work to the hamstring and the glute. And the reason why I'm changing these, we did 3 rounds. I'm showing you variations throughout because I really want you to pick what works for you. So this is where you might pick up a heavier weight and either anchor yourself and come down and get a little bit more hamstring and glute work and quad work, or stay with a nice moderately heavy where it's a challenge, but you're able to keep that arm out. 2 more. 1 more because we gotta hit the ground. Woo. Mountain climber. We're going to do 1 knee in, 1 tap out. I don't know, we'll see. Ready? Knee in. Let's get the heel up first and then tap out. Knee in. Pull that heel back. Tap out. Knee in. Good for coordination. Heel. Out. Knee. Heel. Out. Knee. Heel. Out. So now, I'm just not touching the floor. Makes it a little bit more challenging. Jamie, when you do this workout, this is how I want you doing it. Out. Renee, you too. In. Michelle. Is. Knee. Heel. Out. Woo! You come in my knuckles. Knee. Heel. Out. Knee. Lucinda. Kathy. Out. Knee.
10 seconds.
Heel. Chase. You're a good one. You'll like this one. Ooh. Woo. I like that. Take it on up. Lunge kick. You just might have to do that for that second round. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm giving a light squeeze in my shoulder blades. Squeeze. I really feel my shoulders because right here, they're squeezing too. So I squeeze my shoulder blades back, but because I have my elbows up, this is contracting and holding my medial deltoid, the side of my shoulder, into a contracted state. So it's a little isometric hold. Switch. Okay. I don't want to do this. Press. Now, I'll go like this. Woo. Come on. Almost there. Ugh. Squeeze that core to lift up that leg. Squeeze.
10 seconds.
I feel this. And you know, adding this little movement, it throws you off balance. Adds other muscles in there, so it makes it more of a challenge. Bicep curl, tricep. Ready? Okay, I want you to squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 I want you to squeeze tight into that bicep curl. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the core tight. Triceps. Woo. Press. Press. Slight bend forward. Press those arms back, and I want you to squeeze. Avoid the swing. Almost there, friends. Almost there. Just a little bit more to go. Wait, we still have a lot more to go. I told you.
Seconds.
Good. All right, take a quick break. I'm going to change this timer really quick. And let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Woo. 5 more exercises. 3 seconds rest. Drop this down a little bit. Okay. We have about another 5, 6 minutes to go. And this is going to be quick because I just reduced the rest time to 3 seconds. All right. 1 squat, 1 deadlift. Ready? Squat. Squeeze. Deadlift. Push your tailbone back. Squeeze. Sit. Squeeze. Forward. Squeeze. Shoulder blades are back. Okay? Don't worry about coming low. If you need to soften your knees and stick your booty back. Okay? You're just not coming into a squat. But what you will do is you'll just soften the knees a little bit more. So what's the difference between a straight-legged deadlift, which your knee is still a little soft, it's just not locked out, and a Romanian deadlift where you're bending the knees more. Watch. Flat back, but I bend my knees. So it's like a little semi-squat with a flat back down, and then I push. What's the difference? So in both, I'm still addressing the hamstrings, but in your straighter-legged hamstring, straighter-legged knee, in this little deadlift here where my leg is straighter and it's not softening as much, I'm working a little bit more of the hamstrings and a little bit deeper into those hamstrings. When I bend those knees, I am doing, let's go to the mountain climbers again. When I'm bending that knee into more of a squat and then lifting up, I'm working a little bit more of the glutes. Okay, let's go back to this one. Ready? Knee, heel, tap out, knee, heel. You can do these standing. Lean up against a wall at an angle and just do one leg at a time and tap out.
Halfway there.
Flat back. We're almost done, friends. Knees hurt in a good way. And I'm keeping the thighs tight. I'm not loosening them up.
10 seconds.
I'm really using them. Woo, up. Okay.
Next.
Repeat a rotation. Right, left.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, let's go. I'll listen to you. Up. Almost there, friends. Like press into the dumbbell. Press it together slightly. Wrap your fingers around, but my palms are on the caps of the dumbbell. And up. And so I am coming up to a straighter leg and a slight bend. I'm just not putting a lot of weight on that back leg. And switch.
Halfway there.
Squeeze, squeeze. Transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, both sheets along the entire abdominal wall. Then your internal, your external obliques. We're really working them. Squeeze. Love this one. And again, give the ends of those dumbbell. Squeeze in a little bit with your palms. Trust me, you
10
feel a nice
seconds.
little pump in the shoulders, the chest, and it'll help fire up your core a little bit more.
Next.
Okay, lateral shoulder.
Let's go.
Okay, 2 more, friends. I'm gonna do both. Lift. I'm gonna do 4 on each side. 2, 3, 4. Switch. I didn't want to do singles because that would just look ridiculous, and I can actually see myself on the phone. I don't start laughing hysterically. 1 more. Trust me. Ready? 1 and 2. Ooh, actually, I kind of like that. Let's do that. Ooh.
Halfway
I like to focus on the balance. Hey, we'll laugh and we'll kick those legs out at the same time. Chest is up, chest is up. Try not to slouch into this. Body is upright. Ugh. See, now you can hear me breathing heavy. I'm really working. And I tighten up all those muscles. So even though these weights are not too heavy, I'm really tightening up.
10 seconds.
So they feel heavier. And I'm working harder. Up. Ooh, 1 more. Ooh.
Next.
Ah. Okay. 1 row, 1 fly. And I'm going to do 1 arm at a time for the fly. Because my shoulders are dead after those mountain climbers. I'm going to come down a little bit more. So 1 arm at a time will allow me to come down a little bit more. And you can even stagger here. This is fine, actually, like this. I can open up a little bit more. Yeah, I can definitely open up more. Squeeze.
Halfway there.
I'm just loading that front leg. I'm going to switch it. Squeeze those shoulder blades. You can do it. This is the last exercise. You have 15 seconds. We've got this.
10 seconds.
And I'm really heel, the glute, hamstring, and the quad. I'm not holding on with my knees. Woo! That was good. So, I'm like sweating like crazy. This is awesome. Shake it out, friends. That was a nice workout. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, whenever we're doing these rounds, you can stop at 1, you can do 2, you can do whatever you have time for, all right? Take one arm across, forearm and hold, and just kind of shift your hips a little bit, relax. Yeah, we did a lot of good stuff, and I liked our mountain climber variations. I also enjoyed putting them in at 2 spots in the middle. I think we, 1, 2, 3, we spaced them 3 exercises apart in the middle. Fantastic. So if you're doing a workout, it's fantastic to add those in because they work your core, but not only that, they're going to also work your upper body. And when you're in that plank, remember, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, and hold your tummy in. It's a full body exercise. Round your spine lightly, tuck your knees in, tuck your tailbone in, and now open. So add those planks in and do variations. Do knee taps, do heel pullbacks, do side to sides, and you don't have to go as long as we did. Even if you come down and do 10, okay, it's going to change up your workout. Take your palm back and just lightly press back with your arm, okay? So it will change your workout, and it's a great way to fatigue the upper body when you're doing an upper body day. So add those in. Let's just say that you prefer doing your upper body all with dumbbells or bands. Well, on your leg day, throw in planks, okay? Because it's fantastic to be able to work the upper body in a plank. There are your stabilizer muscles in the shoulder girdle, in the trunk area, and you use those for all of your upper body exercises and all of your lower body exercises. So work them a little bit more. It's not going to hurt you to do some planks. Shake it out. If you don't have a structured workout and you're just kind of throwing stuff here and there, pick 5 exercises that are easy to remember, or even 3. Okay, and try to find things that kind of mix everything up and work the entire body. So like a squat, you don't have to do a deadlift or a lunge. You could just do your squats. Do a squat with a curl and a press up. That's 1, okay? Do a plank. That's 2. Do bicycle crunches. That's 3. Okay, those are 3 exercises. You can do them for 20 seconds each. Do a couple of rounds and get on your day. And just do them here and there throughout the day as often as you can remember. So it doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes. Just fit it in and stay busy. Makes a difference. What we do now is going to dictate how we move and leave. And that's a big deal because I do not want to have to stop doing things that I love doing because I'm not strong enough, or because I get tired. I lived that way once, and I don't want to ever do that again. And it was funny, yesterday, like at 11 o'clock at night, my Fitbit, my little device is telling me, hold still as it's counting down. And then it read my movements and it says, too active. Come all the way up, shake it out. Cross, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Light hip circles, press it back. I thought it was so funny. It kept buzzing and buzzing. And I'm looking going, why is it counting down? And then it says, hold still, hold still. I'm like, I am holding still. Other way. All right, friends. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate your energy and I appreciate your time. My name is Cindy Santos. I'm a certified personal trainer and certified group exercise instructor. I'm here for you. We're here together, and it's a great way to work out, be healthy, and stay motivated during this time. Have a great day. Next class is tomorrow morning, and then we start back up on Monday. If you need other workouts at different times, just go over to my profile page, scroll down. I also have a couple of YouTube links to my channel, So you could scroll on down and find that. It's on there and you can watch videos there on your TV. I appreciate you being here. Take a nice deep breath in. Have a beautiful day. Up and out. Woo! Till next time. Thank you.